you seeing Chicago try to do here as we all grapple with this incredibly difficult issue?
You know, Casey, when you talk to community leaders and also officials, police officials, they know and they acknowledge that pattern that you see every summer. As the temperatures increase, so too does crime in this city. So we're hearing from the police superintendent who's saying he's combating that crime by doubling down on community policing. Look at what he told us. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, this is literally, you're just walking out in the street and you're talking to folks.
It's community policing, and Deputy Chief Angel Navales is charged with refreshing the decades-old concept. The program and its leader getting a major endorsement from Chicago's top cop.
This is a transformative moment for CPD.
A moment that can't come soon enough for a city that's seen shootings spike and murders rise just in the first quarter of this year. For Navales, the solution is in the community.
Once you establish relationship with folks, people are, and they trust you, people are more apt to speak to you, to exchange information with you, tell you about problems that sometimes we don't think are police problems, but may lead to police problems.
Chicago's reimagined neighborhood policing initiative pushes officers to break from traditional policing and engage the public, passing out food, coaching sports, and hosting events. It commits 2 officers, or DCOs, to every South and West Side district.
Their job was to proactively, in the field, engage members of the community.
And those 2 officers, that is their only job.
That is their only job, so they're not responsible for radio calls.
And researchers say in its first year, it seemed to be working. Trust in police in the pilot district was on the rise.
The aim is to have the police be responsive to communities. We need the community to say what it wants, and to expect that that's what policing is going to look like.
While the pandemic and protests rolled back initial progress, community leaders assisting the program say they've seen change.
What did it look like before you had DCOs here who you were able to reach out to?
It was just calling, and it was just going into a dead zone.
Fast forward at the pandemic, we're walking with some of the DCOs and 4, 5, 6 people coming up to them, knowing them by name. And, you know, that's what we want.
But Advocacy Director Nicole McBride says she's concerned the program could be expanding too quickly, emphasizing the need for change to last.
Oftentimes what happens, especially in major cities, is that program after program is introduced, then it's defunded or it's forgotten about, or something else becomes the new highlight reel. And so I think that there's skepticism sometimes from community members that their voices actually will be heard this time.
And Casey, you have to know that this is happening inside the context of the calls for national police reform. You mentioned the negotiations that are happening in Capitol Hill, but here in Chicago, those are calls that you've heard well before the murder of George Floyd. It is clear when you listen to those police officials that they're underscoring it's not a choice between combating violence in this city and engaging members of the public. They say in order to have that lasting public safety, you need to attack both problems at once. Casey?